Okay, so here we are going to start working with unit 7, which is systems of linear equations. Okay, and what's a system of linear equations? Well, you already know what an equation is. An equation is something like this. Okay, and this, well, you know that, yeah, an equation is something like this, and this is another equation. Okay, so when we have, you know that when we have one equation, this represents a line, a straight line. This other equation represents a different line. Okay, this one is going to be something like this, and this one is going to be something like this. Okay, and at some point they will cross. Okay, a system of linear equations is composed by two equations. Like this is, like there are different options for this, but here in 7th grade we are learning systems of two equations in two variables. Okay, we have two equations, we have two variables, and this means that I want to find a point, a coordinate pair. I need to find a point with an x and a y coordinate that represents the intersection of the lines. Or it also represents the values for x and y that are true at the same time in both equalities. Okay, so let's work with an example. Well, for this, there are different methods. Okay, we have, we can solve systems by graphing. Okay, that means making the lines and finding where they cross each other. We can use substitution. We can use elimination, and we will learn, there are more methods, but these are the ones we're going to work with in 7th grade, okay, during the next couple of weeks. So let's start with graphing. And actually that's going to be section 7.1, and we will use an example very similar to the one you were working with in Pearson. Okay, so 7.1 would be graphing. Okay, or we can, let's call it graphical method. Okay, this is one of the methods we have to solve a system of linear equations. So let's say, like in the quiz, there was a problem where we had two people who were reading and everything. Okay, so we have Carlos and we have Andrea. Okay, let's say that Carlos, he read two books so far. Okay, and he is going to be reading two books per month. Let's say, okay, he's read two books so far, and he's going to be reading two books from now on. Okay, every month. And we have Andrea, who has read no books. Okay, she hasn't read any books so far, but she's going to be reading 3 books per month. Okay, so my question is, when these two students will have read the same amount of books? Okay, I have this situation, I have this one, and I want to find the meeting point. At which point will they have read the same amount of books? So how can I do that? By applying the graphical method. I'm going to make a graph. Okay, I'm going to make my coordinate plane with X and Y here, and I'm going to say, okay, Carlos, he has read 2 books so far, okay, and 1 and 2, and he's going to be reading 2 books per month. Okay, this is month 1, month 2, 3, and so on. So he's going to be reading 2 books per month. That means, as the slope is 2, that I'm going to move 1 to the right, 2 up. So after 1 month, he has read a total of 4 books. Okay, so the line that represents Carlos' equation is this one. Okay, that's Carlos. Okay, and now let's represent the line for Andrea. So Andrea, now she hasn't read any books. Okay, so her line goes through the point 0, 0. And then she reads 3 books per month. So after 1 month, she will have read 3 books. After 2 months, 6 books, and so on. Okay. So we can make the line for Andrea. Okay, and this means, sorry, because this is not that clear up here. So this was Carlos, and this is Andrea. Okay, so this means that where do they cross? They cross at this point. Okay, that point is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 here. So this is the point 2, 6. What does it mean that both lines cross at 2, 6? That means that after 2 months, both have read 6 books. Okay, so after 2 months, they both have read 6 books. Okay, so now I have to find, like, systems of solving systems of linear equations means I have to find the point that makes these 2 equations true at the same time, and I can prove it. Okay, once I found this point, I can prove it by replacing the values here. This point 26 means that if I make the x equals 2, remember this is the x coordinate and this is the y coordinate. When x equals 2, y equals 6. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So it is true. Let's see if in the other equation it's true as well. So if x is 2, it means that this is going to be 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, so as I was saying before, this point where both lines intersect is the point, the pair of values that makes both equations true, both equalities true at the same time. Okay, and that's what we're going to be doing in this unit, solving systems of linear equations. I'm going to stop recording now.